Hello, everyone. My name is Christopher Brooks with Diligent Plans. And for today's Leadership Revival, I want to talk to you about something that is very personal to myself, and I believe can be very helpful for you. I want to talk about leaders and how leaders transform. I don't want to just talk about transformation when it comes to how we are able to take those that are part of our team or those that work for us or with us and how we're able to make them better. But how, as leaders, when we deal with pain, when we deal with struggles, when we deal with things that maybe we don't want others to see and know about us, how we have a choice to make to either transform that pain or we transmit it. We're either going to take that pain to turn it into passion and turn it into fuel to help us to continue to lead well and to be able to lead with a level of grace so that we can help to move our business forward, move our families and our lives forward, or we become toxic and we begin to transmit that same pain into others. But whatever it is that you transmit, whatever it is that you choose to pass down to those that are around you, those that work with you every day, that's what you're going to produce. So I want to talk about leaders transforming and as it deals with our pain, because I think a lot of times people look at leaders or they look at people that are in authority and they think that we're somehow superhuman and they think that we have reached some level where we no longer feel things in the same way that the average Joe may feel. That because we've stepped into some kind of leadership position, that all of a sudden now we have become exempt from life happening to us. But I think it's very important as leaders that we are transparent and that we let people know that we have struggles and we have fears. We have things that come up in our life that hurt us and that we've experienced in life that we still may be working through. And doing that and having that sense of transparency, people are able to see that human element of who we are. And in doing that, being real with ourselves, we're able to work with those that are helping see our vision come to life. We're able to work with them from a level of humanity. So because we can't always identify pain, sometimes it manifests itself later on to where in retrospect we can see and identify where that pain came from. Whether it be through our children, through our significant others, or people that we are in a relationship with professionally or personally. But it's going to show itself and we'll be able to see it. And sometimes it doesn't happen until much later on. That's why we have to make the choice as leaders that we want to be leaders that are transformational and not necessarily ones that will transmit. So, I remember times in my military career where I would have leaders, I would have a first sergeant or a commander that may have been going through something in their marriage where things weren't going well. And we always knew when it was not going well because he would take it out on us, making us stay later than we would need to, getting in trouble for something that at any other time would be acceptable, would be okay. We always knew that there was something wrong because whatever pain that he was experiencing, it was coming out in a very unhealthy way. A lot of times as a parent, we find that if we're dealing with something, or better yet, if we're not dealing with our pain, we'll take it out on our children. We'll find that we don't have the patience that we usually have. We don't have that energy to engage them in the way that we normally would. And we don't necessarily discipline in the way that we normally would because we haven't dealt with some of our own personal issues. And whatever it is that you transmit, that's what you're going to produce. So when we do that, we'll see a lot of times that our children, because they've seen that we are angry, they grow up to be angry. They see that we're always starting things and not finishing it. They'll grow up always wanting to start something but never finish because we are indecisive or because we seem to be fearful of trying something new and stepping out to do something different. A lot of times they'll take on that same type of attitude towards life and will never reach for anything bigger and never reach to go any further than what we've done. But as leaders, how much more could we do if instead of transmitting our pain, we transform it? And we transform it into the energy that we need to continue to push through those challenges and dealing with the issues that may be holding us back. For me, it was confidence. For me, it was self-esteem, feeling like that I wasn't smart enough. And growing up, I would, as a young man, I would avoid certain jobs if it required having to take a test for it because I didn't feel like I was smart enough. And so I lived in a sense of fear and I limited myself. Now that I have children, I have sons and daughters, and I don't want them to limit themselves. I want them to see that now I will face those challenges. I'll face them and not just face them, but overcome them. So now I have a daughter graduating from college. Now I have sons that are being successful in their educational pursuits. Whatever it is that you choose to transform and you choose to turn that thing into something positive, you choose to turn that energy into something that will help you to grow as a leader and to help you to be a better leader, then you're going to produce people in your circle and in your organization that will be willing to dream bigger and to pursue and to be creative. You're going to produce people that will be loyal and that will be able to serve with confidence and serve with passion. That's what it's all about. Transforming your environment at work, transforming your environment in your community, being the person that's going to say, I'm going to step up and be the leader and be the example, be that person of influence that I can transform my pain into a passion. There was a time in my life when I was homeless. I had lost everything. I lost my job. I lost in my relationship. I lost money. And I had absolutely nothing. And I was living on the streets. And I began to regroup and rebuild. I decided that I wasn't going to allow my pain and what I was dealing with to just totally take me out, but I decided that I had to at least try to start over. And I relocated back to to my hometown, got reconnected with my faith, reconnected with my family, and all the things that makes me who I am. And in doing that, I was able to transform my life. So now today, I'm working with solving our homeless situation here in El Paso, Texas. Every day I get to go to work and I get to come up with creative ways that I can help to encourage and motivate people so we can help our community, for our seniors and all of those that are in our community that may be struggling, because now I was able to overcome the thing that I thought was going to totally end my life. And now I'm here able to encourage and motivate other leaders. It says just because you may have faced some things that may have caused you a great deal of pain, doesn't mean that your purpose is over. Doesn't mean that the passion that you once had can't be renewed, that fire that you once had that seemingly has gone out can't be rekindled. Come on, leader. Let's go ahead and let's get refocused. Let's get energized. Let's transform that pain and let's fulfill our purpose. Again, my name is Christopher Brooks. This was your Leadership Revival. Thank you.